Yes, Tijani Babangida is his name, the president of the Association of the Union. Good to have you and welcome you right here on Sports Radio W.FM live in the center circle. Good morning to you. Okay, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. Good to have you on the show.
Yes, thank you. My pleasure.
Okay, now let's quickly take you straight to this. I will have you talk about this because you've been at the vanguard of this particular move before now to ensure that things get better for Nigerian footballers, past and present, and yes, that they fully enjoyed professionalism at the peak level. Yeah, the Ministry of Youth and Sports released a communique, of course, directing the NFF to ensure that clubs and the league take into very strong effect. The NFF must enforce regulations and controls as stipulated by the Nigerian Professional Football Association and amateur leagues to ensure that players' licensing and the issue of insurance for players and coaches and complies with FIFA rules on players' contract and transfers, running the club as a thorough professional entity, among others. Given the nod, it resumes bigger, better development from the Ministry of Youth and Sports.
Well, it's a welcome development, and I really kudos to the minister, because I remember like 2 weeks ago I was also with the minister to discuss one or two issues, and he was already talking about club licensing. That's where he's very interested in. That is the insurance of the player's contract, and so forth. We found out that the problem is most clubs they don't even have the requirements during the timing of the players, during the players' licensing, and they just take their eyes off it and include all the teams that apply to play in the league. And now the minister has said, we have to be very careful and serious about this club licensing. If a club is lacking, even if we have 7 clubs that can be able to keep the rules and the regulations, we can be able to start a league with even 7 clubs, which I'm very, very happy with what he said. So we have to do all this, and that's why you see, apart from that one, even deflation has to come on it, which we are fighting to do that because it's all about players. And then apart from that also, you can see there's a lot of things about players signing contracts. Also, we are talking about it, not to allow players to be directly with the club. You have to have an agent or a lawyer that will be there in between the player, just for the player to sign a contract. Because if you allow a player to sign a contract on his own, he don't know what he's signing for. And clubs can take advantage of that. These are all things, the rules and the regulation that is in Europe, and everywhere in the world, but always in Nigeria, we always overlook all these things, and the players end up at the end of the day without a contract, or maybe in the middle of their contract, they will be sacked.
Okay, well, this is lovely, and this, of course, is a victory for your union by virtue of what you've always wanted before now. But then this will take me to something. Tell us, what is the relationship like between the Nigerian National Association of Nigerian Professional Football Union and the leagues and clubs in the different strata of the league in Nigeria?
We are having a very good relationship with the LMC, that is with the chairman Shewodiko and also Salisu in the club licensing office. And if we have any complaints, we always give our complaints, and they do react to our complaints, more especially when players' contracts are broken without the end, without the contract ending. We always complain to them, and they get back to us. Most of the time, the problem we're having are the players sometimes who go directly contacting LMC instead of them to contact the players' union, so that the players' union can go direct to LMC. And sometimes you find out that when they even go direct to LMC are going to refer them back to us, and then we can be able to push it. And I believe that's okay, that's cool. And about the club chairman, of course we are trying. We are trying to work with them, because if they do the right thing, we will have a good understanding and friendship with them. But if, of course, the moment they don't do the right thing, sacking players on their contract before the contract expires, I don't know what issue, because we will report them to NFF and LMC so that good things will be done.
Okay, now what about the attitude of players? How favorably disposed are they to the players' union before now? Because by now they definitely will have to deal with you guys now that there's something on ground that's been approved by the ministry.
I like to tell you one thing. The moment you are doing your own thing, even some of the players who are not, because most of the players are ignorant about the players' union. In Europe, players' union are everything for players. Even you can imagine, I didn't have good understanding of players' union until when I go to Europe. Because right now, they have to know that they have nobody that is going to take care of them. Than the players' union. There are nobody who are going to follow their problem than the players' union. Sometimes you find out that the players, they know nothing about the players' union until when they finish football, when they start them out from their club, then they start looking for players' union. Okay. While, of course, they're supposed to know from now that whatever they are doing is the players' union. But as time goes on, the players' union, we are trying to put hands together. We are trying to move things up. The moment we start doing things and we are getting impact into their life, then we know what the players' union is.
And the players' union is under your jurisdiction as the president of the union. Well, tell us, really, what have you guys done as a union to ensure the education or enlightening of players so that what you were also unaware of before now and many unaware of before now get to know more about you guys? What are you guys doing in this regard? And does it really go beyond the MPFL, NNL, down to the bottom, the lowest league tier football in Nigeria? Tell us, what are you guys doing in this regard?
Well, you can see that the Nigerian players, for over 20 years now, they're already having some issues. Personally, issues of two unions, and then you can find out that it's very difficult for them to come and work all together in one line. Now we are trying in this my administration already. We are already almost signing an agreement between we and other union to be one union. The moment you are one union, you start doing sales. You start doing the work of the players. What is the work of the players? Insurance, pension that we are planning for. You cannot see with the plan we are having, you can never see a football player who finishes his career again to be like a street beggar anymore, because all these plans are there. We have plans even when players are about finishing their career. Think about their future. We have to think about their future, and then we have to make it enough for them. Because when you sign the contract, we never ask you. Of course, we have a meeting with the club captain where you can be able to show them the rules and the regulation that is everywhere in the world. And then you go ahead and make a law. The moment I sign my contract in Europe, the moment I start paying my tuition. That is how it goes.
Okay.
I don't like it because I wanted to own all my money, but I couldn't, because it's a law that goes that there are the people who are thinking for the players, like us now that are thinking for Nigerian players. We are thinking for them and trying to see that all things went well for them. That is how it goes.
Okay. All right, thank you very much, Amosi, for that. We've talked about all of this. I need to just get this question straight because I'm very sensitive to that as well. What about the women? Does it also include the women? Because the Women League is also something to also factor.
Like I told you, everything is bit by bit, and we are also bringing the women football. The women football, they are all playing football. So the union is in charge of all people, all kinds playing football, either men or women. So also this thing is going to go on for women. Also the pension scheme plan will also go for the women. The health insurance, everything will go for the women. Women football is growing bit by bit in Nigeria, but very soon it will have a more stronger. Their feet will be on the ground very soon, and then they will be also in the system. But we are already getting our hands up to them. We are showing our hands to them. I want them to come to us so that we can also start working together with them.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm Amosi International. I'm president of the National Association of Nigerian Professional Football Association. For your time talking to us right here inside the Senate Circle.
Thank you very much.
Okay, I do appreciate you. Nigerians, you heard it there. Yes, Tijani Babangida is his name, a former Super Eagles player. Of course, won the Champions League with Ajax back in 1995. And it was one who has experience playing at the topmost level. He also confessed that he had no idea of players' union while he was still an unbased. This speaks volume of really what many of this don't know. That is that's what they call fifth pro at that level. Players' union in Nigeria, of course, really getting to prominence and also making it clear what they indeed are doing. The Ministry of Youth and Sport says club licensing control and financing, as well as players' contract situation, pension, insurance policy will have to be done well to ensure that clubs are run thoroughly professional when the season returns. So we're not just returning on the ground of medical go-ahead or green light. Nope. The ministry wants things to return better in a more professional, professionally run terrain. And he just spoke to us right here inside the center circle. Well, feel free to join the discussion right here once again. 0700000889. That's the number to call to get to reach us right here on the show at this point in time. And let's have your take concerning this. How do you think, or what do you think about this move? The players, are winning this battle. They really have been at the vanguard, at the forefront of this before now. And they've just gotten a seal of approval by virtue of the ministry, of course, giving a nod and pushing this through to ensure this is what is done when the league returns. What do you think about this? Hello. Good morning to you and welcome. Down and sorted. Good morning.
Good morning to you. My name is Druja Motors.
You're welcome, Druja.
It's a very good move from the Ministry of Sports. And at this point in time, all we require from our ex-international or the body they form is trust. Trust. Because that, in most cases, that's what we are lacking in this country. Let them be the face of this young generation now. Let them put aside greed, sentiment. Let them act as one now. Very, very important for this young generation. I wish them all the best. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for that as well. Still your frequency of champions, Sports Radio W.9 Real FM. Let's have your take right here on the show. Yeah, what do you think of the move by the Ministry of Youth and Sports, eventually giving a go-ahead, a nod, a seal of approval, and try to implement the agitation and push from the Players Union before now, and finally it's working. Just last week I remember talking to us union, and they actually said they are working on it, and very soon it will really come to fruition. Just on Thursday or Wednesday, and this was given on Sunday eventually, and it was reeled out, and they said this is the way to go. So that's why we had to indeed bring someone from the Players Union, the president, of course, to talk to us. It's a victory for them already. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning to you.
My name is Wisdom.
You're welcome, Wisdom.
It's a very good move by the organization. I think we have to check excesses and also monitor their progress. And also an eye opener for other organizations that are coming up under the umbrella of the I think it's a good move. It will also put confidence in the players. Not only the player where they sign, but they also have the opportunity of knowing what belongs to them. And they have a boy that is that is going to have a good one.
Okay, thank you very much for that as well. 0700000889. Don't forget, you can also get to listen to us on our Facebook fan page, watch live and listen on Twitter, and get to contribute on the phone lines. This point in time, we're talking about the move by the Ministry of Youth and Sports on players' contract situation and other things. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning to you.
Yeah, this is Victor.
You're welcome, Vic.
What I have to say about the issue is that now we can see the difference, because where sportsmen have been allowed to handle issue concerning sport, it's quite different from when politicians are in charge. So I say it's a good one. I like it.
Okay, thank you very much for that as well. Still right here on the show, 0700000889. It is Matters Horizon right inside the center circle. We had Tijani Babangida, who is the president of the National Association of Nigerian Professional Football Union, and he spoke to us extensively about, the victory of the union by way of the Ministry of Youth and Sport implementing the agitation and the push from the Players Union to have things run better and clubs licensing. Now, players would not be allowed to simply go alone. Intermediaries must be there. Things must be properly done. Players will not have to start, their pension scheme will be taken care of. Insurance policy will be taken care of. Not to just go and sign and anything can just be done. No, it won't be business as usual. Things will be different. All right, 0700000889. Really, I was gobsmacked myself when he actually talked about being oblivion of the Players Union while he was an home-based player. He got to know about this as a foreign base, and they are ensuring players are aware now. Hello.
good morning.
Good morning to you.
Yeah, my name is Sam.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you, sir. I will say this is very good for this because those younger players that want to play, they will not put encouragement of what they want to do. And who are there before, now we're doing this because it will help them a lot. And now, most of the outside countries players that played before, you see them after playing, they have a good work to do. But our Nigerian players, when they play and lose, they don't have anything more to do with it. So they'll be sitting at a nothing scratch. So with this, I think maybe after finishing, they'll have another thing to do. So that's my one question.
Okay, thank you very much for that as well. Here, still discussing matters arising right inside the Senate Circle, and we're talking about the Players Union and what they indeed really have in stock to do. The ministry already said, yes, we are doing it this way. Things will be better run. And like I did say, all of this started with a push from the Players Union, and it's seen the light of the day already. Hello, I will wait for the implementation. Hello.
Hello, come on.
Yes, good morning to you.
Yeah, how are you doing now?
I'm fine.
This is Voice of Day.
You're welcome.
A nice step. I heard him well. It's always good when an ex-international in affairs of sports in Nigeria. You will see how everything goes smoothly rather than them putting just person that they even know more into it like that. It's nice. Listen, I pray everything works out. So have a lovely day.
Okay, thank you very much for that as well. So, still your frequency of champion sports radio Umbrella FM. We're still right here inside the Senate Circle. We are discussing matters arising. Of course, from that session we had with Tijani Babangida, the president of the National Association of Nigerian Professional Football Association, as well, football union actually. It's a union of professional footballers, past and present as well, and what they are doing. And I was indeed really sensitive enough to also talk about the women. And he also, gave it clearly. Mentioned it briefly as well, that yes, it will get to their turn and they have everything covered. All right, 0700000889. Still your frequency of champions, sports radio Umbrella FM. Your take on this? Yes, the Ministry of Youth and Sports have insisted. Now we are waiting for compliance from clubs to ensure that they meet all of these conditions before the league can start. We might be set for some again. Because when we have clubs that are really not complying, what happens? And you said it got words from the minister himself, who says if it is just 7 clubs that will comply, then we can actually go ahead to play the league with 7 clubs as well. It will not be business as usual. Same stuff, but then it's just to ensure that professionalism is indeed adhered to. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, what's the name?
Chinedu.
You're welcome, Chinedu.
Yeah. I'm listening to this and my first time caller actually.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you.
This is for you.
Like what you're saying about Nigerian football. I think they should have do it in a way like this Europe league. You know, when you're watching it in television here, it don't used to be clear.
My brother, what are you saying now? What are you saying now? What are you saying now? Which one is clear or clear here? We're talking about contract situation, insurance policy for players, and how to ensure that things are professionally run. You're saying clear. Okay, I think I understand. You're really not in tune, and you were itching to contribute, or maybe you were just fortunate to get through. All right, 0700000089. Still your frequency of champions, sports radio Umbrella FM. We are talking about the players' situation in Nigeria, contract situation, insurance policy, and pension schemes for player all in one. Players' license, club licensing, and control in this regard before the start of the season. Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Good morning.